Hey, welcome to Vow To View, your Doof Media podcast.
Time out.
What?
What was that hey?
Hey. What?
What was that?
Hey.
That's weird.
Why?
It's like nobody says hey like that.
Yeah, they do.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey!
See, you just did it.
Hey, what's going on? Podcast.
Hey.
Hey! Do you want to start the show now?
Yeah.
Vow, view, vow, view, vow, view, vow, view,
Vow to view, vow, 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 vow to view. Vow to view each other's movies, even though we don't always like them, but it's okay because we love each other and movies too.
Hey. Welcome, everyone, to Vow To View, your Doof Media podcast all about marriage and the things we make each other watch. My name is Elyse Daly.
And I'm Scott Daly.
And together,
We're the Dailies. Hey!
Hey.
Yes, this is the podcast where each and every week my wife Elyse and I get together and force each other to watch movies, and then we get in front of a microphone and talk about those movies and about ourselves.
But most importantly, we say hey to everyone that we can, because it's always nice to be welcoming.
This week is the third part of our October scary movie celebration.
Spook-obration?
No, that's not good.
No, I tried.
Yeah, swing and a miss. So basically this month I'm making you watch scary movies and you're torturing me in your way.
I am torturing you. That is the way that I am.
This is our third week of it, the penultimate
something
week.
Halloween-y.
Weenie. So this week I picked 1984's A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes, you did.
And you picked
1993's Double Double Toil and Trouble,
which is a made-for-TV Mary
glorious
Kate and Ashley
movie.
Olsen film.
Oh, so wonderful.
So we're going to get into those in a little bit.
We are.
But first,
Yes,
Elyse,
Scott.
well, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good.
That's good.
Yes.
It's a good week.
Starting on Monday.
Wow.
With
that was
starting
a long
on
pause.
If my week starts on Sunday or Monday, it has been a good week. If my week started on Saturday, it would be a good week. It just depends on what day you actually wanted to say, does my week start?
Well, why don't we go right into our roses and thorns and kind of dissect the week?
Yes.
Every rose has its thorn.
Has its thorn.
Just like every night has its dawn.
Dawn, dawn, dawn.
Every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn. Yeah. Jesus. So this is the part of the show where we talk about the good and the bad of our lives.
And the ugly sometimes.
Yeah. So Elyse,
We'll talk about Scott sometimes.
Ow.
I'm just kidding.
Whoa. Guys, that's my wife.
You're very handsome.
Thank you.
I wouldn't have married you otherwise.
It's a little shallow of you.
Nah, everyone's got their things.
Okay. Elyse, do you want to start with your good or start with, what do you want to do?
You said I should start with my bad
Yeah, you
this
should
time
start with your
because
thorn.
my good comes from the bad. I don't want to get too specific. I had a really bad Friday last week at work, and I cannot recall any other time other than last Friday where it was so stressful, so upsetting that all I could do in order to make myself feel better was to come home on Friday and cry. And I don't really have those moments very often. It's just sometimes all the things seem to go wrong instead of right. And it just happened to be that that's the way that the things had aligned on Friday. And so it was a very draining day. And it was not good. I don't really feel like I should go into much detail and get very specific just to protect the people and parties that were involved. It was not a good day.
I'm sorry to hear that. I was there. Well,
you were
not
there
for the day. I
you
was
were
there
not
for
there
the
for the day.
aftermath.
You were there to help me feel better about
Yeah.
it, and I appreciate that. You really did help. But it was a very bad day.
Guys, everyone out there, before I dated Elyse, I had never hung out with a teacher before. So I'd never seen the day in and day out exhaustion and emotional drain that the job takes. And everyone needs to just go find a teacher and just give them some money. Just give them some money because they deserve it.
Or just a hug.
No, don't just walk up to random people and give them hugs. That's not good. Don't do that. No, there's no.
I don't know. Like, if any parent of mine walked up and just gave me a hug, I mean, if any person in the community while I'm at school, like, came up and actually just gave me a hug, I wouldn't think anything of it.
I don't think we should be spreading the news of walk up to random people and touch them.
I guess that's true, especially at a school.
Yes.
But still, thank a teacher. That's the message. Thank a teacher.
Thank a teacher. Teachers work really hard. I've seen it. You are amazing. And I'm sorry your day was bad, and I hope the weekend was better.
It was much better, and this week has been much better.
That's good.
Thanks to Go Guardian.
No one knows what that means, Elyse.
Go Guardian is like the big brother of schools where I can see what's on all of my students' computer screens at the same time whenever I want to.
And then you can message them.
And I can message them and say, why are you looking at this? When I'm at my training.
Stop watching Twitch.
No, that's not what they do. That's
You little bitch.
Stop Googling your teacher.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird.
Someone Googled her.
Yeah.
Did they find the pod? Oh, no.
No, they just did images. They just wanted my pictures. What would come if I Google image search my teacher?
I feel like that's worse somehow.
I think I only have like 2 or 3 pictures that come up.
It's just your like district one, right?
I think so. I don't even remember.
I
what it
Googled
is.
you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I mean, that's, I think, a standard thing. When you start dating someone, you
I knew
Google them.
I knew your salary.
I knew
'cause it's
your
public information.
I was reading your website before you even knew me.
That's weird.
I know. I was like, oh, he likes It's a Wonderful Life. Ooh, do I really want to date him? Maybe I'll give him a shot.
Did you read the thing I wrote?
I think I skimmed it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I did tell my coworker, I was like, he likes movies. He writes about movies. This is good. And she was like, really? I was like, yeah, you can read it if you want to.
And she said, nah.
I don't remember if she read it or not.
Okay. Well, that's your thorn.
Yes, that's my thorn. What was your thorn? Let's just go bad instead of bad good.
Okay.
Bad good. Is that okay?
It's bad.
Bad.
You did a little goat there.
I know, I'm a pretty good goat, right? I'm a little sheepish.
Elyse Daly, I do a mean goat. Sheepish was good. That was good.
Yeah.
I mean, those are 2 entirely different animals.
I
but
mean, hey.
good job.
Thanks.
I totally forgot what you were talking about.
What was so bad about this week?
Stop it.
You bad. That wasn't a good one. I just hit my throat. Oh.
Political debates is my thorn of the week.
Please do elaborate.
So last night we watched the Ted Cruz, Beto O'Rourke
Texas debate.
Senate debate.
Yes.
I don't know why I did that. Every time I watch a debate, I end the debate saying, why did I watch the debate? And yet I still continue to do this.
Yes.
I hate them. They're really annoying just in general.
Debates or the people?
No, the debates. Like, I hate... Like, it's just, like, it's not a debate. Like, they use the word debate, and it's not a debate. It's just a place to, like...
Word vomit.
Yeah, you just lead off all your talking points. Nobody actually answers the question that's being asked. They just pivot to the question they want to answer. They don't actually like respond to the thing. Like I don't like Ted Cruz. I hope he loses, and I'm not going to be voting for him. So it's very annoying watching him say stuff that I know is not true, and seeing Beto like just attack it a little more. Like I don't know. Like I'm not in politics at all, so I don't know like all the stuff he's been getting, and the coaching for what he's supposed to do. But it's just like no, that's not. He's lying. Just like and you need to like hit like it was in 2012. I watched the Obama Romney debate, the first one where Obama got his ass kicked, and he did get his ass kicked. And I was sitting there like, what are you doing? Like, if I can tell that you're not like attacking his accusations with enough aggressiveness, if I can tell that, a person who has no history in politics and has never had to do a political debate before, you're not doing good. And that's how I felt. I felt the moderators were crappy. I felt Beto was doing as best as he could, but I don't think he was attacking enough. I felt like listening to Ted Cruz like laugh and snivel his way through Beto's responses, like he's just like and just like give like, oh, I hate him. I hate Ted Cruz so much. I'm not gonna watch any. There's no more debates. I think that was the last one.
There's a town hall that evidently
I'm not gonna watch.
Beto's doing just him.
Oh,
with
well, I'll
CNN
watch that
because Ted Cruz isn't coming.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's great. But man, I don't like him. I don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
I hate seeing stuff that like if you are ignorant to the facts, like Ted Cruz spouts off some stuff that's like, oh yeah, that is really scary, but it's just not. It's not true. It's not the truth. I hate politics, but I none of us have the luxury of just saying I hate politics and washing our hands of it anymore. So, in conclusion, don't watch debates. Do vote. The end. End of Thorn. Go.
Ted.
That there's a Richard Linklater political ad circulating in Texas right now.
Ted.
And it's like this old Southern man like giving Ted Cruz like basically it's an attack ad, not funded by Beto, but just calling Ted Cruz out on his bullshit, and it's really great. And it ends with, "Come on, Ted." It's really great. Elyse,
Yes.
Let's be positive.
Yes. Let's do that.
Give me some flowers.
So Scott felt so bad for me on Friday that I sat up after I had been crying, and he was like, "You know what you should do this weekend, Elyse? You should go get yourself a massage." And I jumped on that. And so therefore made myself a massage appointment and got an hour-long massage. And man, there is nothing that a good massage cannot help solve. Let me just say that. And this person, it was like, what part should I focus on? I was like, I hold my tension on my neck and my upper shoulders. So that would be great. And so they worked on my neck for like probably a solid 15, 20 minutes. And it was just fantastic. And I felt so much better, so much more relaxed and rejuvenated for Monday that, man, it was just amazing. So that was my rose.
Hey, those.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Those are expensive.
They are, and they are well worth it.
I was not expecting.
I think it was like 2 times the amount that you thought it was going to be.
It was. Yeah. I didn't realize. I mean, it's fine. You were worth it. I'm glad
Thank
that you
you.
had a good time. But damn, massages are expensive, y'all.
They are expensive. So, I mean, it's just the place that I went to, too. It's a very nice spa.
Yeah, you had to go to the fancy place.
I do. I have to go to the fancy one in order to make myself feel better.
I went and read a book.
Yes, you did. You did. And you read a book and you just got a lot done. And thank you for doing that.
I didn't really get a lot done. I read a book.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
Well, it's good. You got a lot through on that book. So, Scott, what was so good for you this week? You didn't get a massage, but
I didn't get a massage, but I got. Oh my god! I just forgot what my rose was.
the fall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what you told me it was.
Yeah.
See, this time we actually shared what our rose and thorns were prior to recording.
I'm glad I did because I completely spaced on it.
It's okay. I'm good at remembering things.
This is day 4 of 40-degree rainy weather in Texas.
Yeah, it's been nice.
And I love it. I love the weather like this. I've lived in Texas for a very long time, and I don't really like the heat. I like it when it's cold, so I'm in the wrong state. But I'm just really happy. Like, it's admittedly difficult to get up in the morning. I've been late to work a couple days this week.
This was the first day this week where I woke up and it was not raining.
It wasn't raining this morning?
No, it wasn't.
I mean, it
When
was
I
raining
woke
when
up.
I got up, yeah. But I don't know. I just really like it. Like, even at work, when you're just like comfortable in your cube and the window in the background, I can see the rain coming down. It's just like, it just makes me feel nice, and I like it. And I'm so glad we're here. And I can't wait for the rest of fall and winter because it's my favorite time of the year.
Can I just say what's been frustrating me about this?
I mean, this is supposed to be the positive section of the podcast, but Thorn 2.0. Go.
Okay, so all these people are just griping about how, oh man, it's Texas. We've just, skipped fall and went straight to winter. oh no, this temperature and this rain. And you know what? Go to somewhere else that actually has a fall. And this is exactly the sorts of temperature that they have. No, we're not skipping to winter. Heaven forbid Texas have an actual fall.
I mean, it's 50 degrees outside right now. Like,
it is
it's
not winter.
Cold.
It is fall.
Yeah. This is like 50 degrees and rainy.
This is what's supposed to happen.
That's what October is.
I know.
October is
That's
supposed
what I'm trying to
look like.
Stop saying, oh, we're not going to have a fall. We're just going straight to winter.
Who is saying these things?
I don't know. It was on the news.
Oh.
All these people saying it, and they of course, report social media things as part of the news because that's what they think news is these days. It's just social media reporting, which is false.
You sound like such an old lady right now. These damn newscasters and the social medias and the skipping of the seasons.
Well,
back in my day, we had 4 seasons.
When did someone's opinion become what's supposed to be reported as fact? That just really frustrates me.
Well, they're not reporting opinions as fact. They're sharing what the community thinks about things.
But part of what fosters, in my opinion, negativity to be spread through social media is people giving enough importance to it in order for it to be shared. And so if you want to help stop some of the negativity, stop making it highlighted where people think that if they are like this, then they're going to have that highlighted on the news. I don't want to get into it much anymore, but it just frustrates me.
You're just like soapbox, Elyse's soapbox.
I know. I'm not going to get into it much more because
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's good because we have a couple movies to talk about here now, Elyse. A couple scary, spooky movies.
Scott's going to say some things about that are not nice via social media, and then maybe people will pick up on it on.
Yeah, maybe I'll
the news.
If I'm mean enough to this movie on this podcast, maybe I'll go viral. Mm-hmm. Elyse, what movie did you select?
Scott, I chose the better of our 2 movies. Which was the 1993 movie Double Double, Toil and Trouble. The, like what you said, yes, made for TV movie. But this was not just made for TV. It was made for America. Okay? We were just making everyone happy again by having this sort of Halloween movie with Mary, Kate, and Ashley in their prime in the year 1993. It was 2 twins. And these 2 twins on Halloween night, these 2 precious little girls try to save their parents from the greedy clutches of their nasty old capitalist aunt. Magic abounds, and they meet new, albeit strange friends along the way. I had not read this summary before. I just now read it from what you copied and pasted. This nasty old capitalist aunt. My word. This is not how I would have described the movie, but thanks, IMDb.
First of all, they're precocious little girls.
Oh, yes.
Precious.
These precocious. I'm sorry. I'm reading at an angle here.
Holy crap, I did not read that either.
Yeah.
They're nasty old capitalist aunt.
I don't know if she's a...
Holy shit.
She's a witch.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's how they're using their synonyms there.
Capitalist
no, they
about
don't
her.
really share any of that.
Yeah, here's the hidden truth about Double Double Toil and Trouble. It's actually a secret Marxist movie. That's
yes.
spreading the communist
Who
agenda.
knew that Mary Kate and Ashley? They're trying to just pollute the minds of all of these young children.
Yeah, because Mary Kate and Ashley are just the epitome of socialism, right?
Yes, they are.
These 2 girls that are like billionaires. Yeah. Okay. Elyse.
Yes. So
Why'd you pick? What's the movie about?
So really the movie is about these 2 little twin girls who, yes, their parents go to their great aunt because they need a loan for their house so that they don't lose their house. And when the 2 little girls are over there, they realize that the older aunt, that is the witch, had a twin sister who was never seen for 7 years, and then they find out that the aunt had actually been trapped due to a magic spell with this moonstone, and so they're dealing with the fact of kind of accepting the fact that they're twins and enjoying that instead of seeing it as an obstacle and something that they hated, which was that the older twins, the aunt and the aunt that were trapped in the mirror, saw it as. And so then they're like just coming to terms with that and having all this magic in order to
so they
this
get a
spell. Like,
wand.
there's-
They get a
yeah.
magic wand at the very beginning of the movie as like a gift at a Halloween party.
Yeah.
And apparently it's real.
They're magic.
And they
Yeah,
can do
evidently
magic.
twins have magic in this family. And so the older ones harnessed their magic via the moonstone. Only one of the twins told the other one that the moonstone had magical powers, and then one of them found it and didn't tell the other one that they found the moonstone, so then became more powerful and used her dark magic in order to trap the ant that liked to make cinnamon cookies. Otherwise known as snickerdoodles, that always bothered me when I was a child.
You're just like on your like just ripping everyone down for the smallest
You know
things.
what? Sometimes someone has to do it.
Yeah, and so along they basically they sneak away from their parents on Halloween.
In order to find the moonstone.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they team up with a homeless man.
Yes, that cleans windshields.
And
that they gave a pineapple sucker to.
And a little person clown. Mm-hmm. And a gravedigger.
Yes.
And the 5 of them go to stop their evil witch aunt.
That's a capitalist.
She's a capitalist.
Yes.
At her coven meeting.
Yes.
In an abandoned
there are lots of things that don't really fit together, and I will admit that.
This is a very irresponsible movie. This teaches little children that it's okay to run away from home, meet up with random homeless people. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying there's anything bad about homeless people, but I don't think 7-year-old girls should be hanging out by themselves with homeless people.
I could see that.
And just killing your aunt.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it was an evil aunt.
Oh yeah. I mean, if the aunt's evil, then obviously you can trap the ant in a mirror.
Yeah, trap the evil ant in the mirror.
And then break that mirror and then throw
nice
away the shards of the mirror.
So then you can use her to make cookies for you the rest of your life.
There you go. That's the lesson.
That's
the real lesson
Let
here.
the nice aunt out so that she'll bake you cookies.
Yeah.
And then to grandmother's house we go.
Elyse, why did you pick this movie?
One of my fondest, not one, but some of my fondest memories from childhood when we were watching movies revolve around Mary-Kate and Ashley. Mary-Kate and Ashley were amazing to me in my childhood. I loved their like little mystery shows. I loved all of their TV shows. Mary-Kate and Ashley speak to me. And we will watch a lot more than just this one Mary-Kate and Ashley movie. Because, I tried to watch a Mary-Kate and Ashley show, and that didn't work. Then the movie came around, and there's a lot of other Mary-Kate and Ashley movies that I love. Like the movie, yes, The Wild, How the West Was Won. Isn't that what it is?
No, it's How the West Was Fun.
How the West Was Fun. Ah, yes.
Come on.
I do love that movie.
Come on.
There's one... that was is a haunted mansion movie that was a good one about bees.
We watch that one?
You probably wouldn't have liked that one either. Then there was the Our Lips Are Sealed. There was the New York Minute, which is their newest one, which is really my favorite.
It's newest.
There is
it's like 20 years old.
Winning London. There's just they're all so good. I could watch Mary-Kate and Ashley movies all day, every day, and I would be a happy person.
I have seen How the West Was Fun, and I have seen To Grandmother's House We Go.
I see. Yeah.
Because I watched that when it came out.
They're so good. I mean, they're not so good, but they're just so nostalgic.
They're real bad. Like, I love Mary-Kate and Ashley. I watched Full House. TGIF, man.
Got it, dude.
We watched Full House every week, and I loved that show. It's great. This is not a good movie.
Are any of them really good movies? I feel like if we went back and watched them, we would think to ourselves,
Probably
this
not.
is not good. But you would just enjoy it because it's Mary-Kate and Ashley.
But it's just like, look, I mean, the kids are adorable. They have like charisma on the camera. Like they're just they just play to the camera really well. But I felt like in this movie they didn't as much. Like
they didn't act as well in this movie. I think it was one of their younger before the franchise
and it's
really
not even
started.
like they don't really act in early Full House either. They're just like there and they get to read one line that's funny and then they just look adorable. But like I don't know. Like I feel like I think you could tell this movie was made quickly. Because they probably did. They filmed this while doing Full House. I don't know how they had time to do that. That's crazy.
Well, and then also the laws against having
right,
out,
which is why there were twins playing one character in the first place. But I felt like and I'm sorry to do this, but the movie making was bad. The direction was bad. The editing was bad. The movie is inert. The editing is like really like it's almost as if like they just turned the camera on and then they waited for Mary-Kate or Ashley to say the line correctly, but they like didn't chop the edges off of that, and it's just so like there's moments where the camera cuts towards them, and it's like, okay, say the line now, say the line, and then they get into it, and it's just like it makes the movie feel really like airless. And I'm not like, I know none of these are going to be good, but
And now, Scott,
what?
can I tell you why?
Why?
There's 3 words why the movie is like that. 3.
Made for TV?
Made for TV.
Yeah, I mean it's a cheap movie, but you know who else made a made for TV movie?
Who?
Steven Spielberg, and it's a great movie.
What is his made for TV movie
Duel.
that's so great? I didn't really like that one.
Well, you're objectively wrong, so it's
well,
fine.
you're objectively wrong. And Double Double, Toil, and Trouble should have won an Academy Award. Academy Award for Best Editing. Best Sound Editing. Right there.
That's
Double Double,
interesting.
Toil, and Trouble. Screenplay. Best Original Screenplay. Double Double, Toil, and Trouble.
But I mean, that being said, I think little kids watching this movie would get a kick out of it. Like, I think every time one of the little girls casts a spell and it actually works, and they like never comment on the fact that it works because like half the time they don't notice. Is weird.
They started out in thinking that it was a trick, you know, like they got the magic wand and it was the clown, and then he did the spinny stuff, and they thought, oh, cool, like my wand was supposed to pretend to do this magic. And so then they realized, and they never actually did actual spell casting, you know, even at the end whenever they used their spell in order to release their good aunt, it wasn't really a spell, it was just the revelation of, I'm okay being a twin, I'll always want to be a twin. And that wasn't a spell, that was
like,
just heartfelt sweet nothings to each other.
It's like a hilariously like small percentage of a message movie. It's like,
yeah,
this is for all the twins out there that are feeling like they don't like being a twin.
it's okay.
Here's the movie for you.
And if your sister really doesn't like you, she'll just trap you in a mirror.
Yeah.
And it'll be all, you know, fine and dandy.
It is a little weird that they just trap the evil old lady in the mirror at the end, and then the mirror breaks, and like,
and no one cares. Just clean it up, throw it away.
yeah, they're cleaning up the mirror shards, and she's like, "Let me out," and she's like, "No way," and throws the mirror in the trash can.
Well, she was really mean.
I mean, is she gonna be trapped in there forever?
Forever.
That's really harsh.
Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't be a capitalist.
Clearly,
Life lessons learned.
good use of Shakespeare, though.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Good use of
Because
Shakespeare.
see, it's double, double, toil and trouble. It's about witches, and there are 2 of them.
Yeah.
And there are 2 twos.
Yeah,
Get it?
I do.
It's really clever.
I got it. There's some Stephen King throwbacks in there, too. It opened with a red balloon. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't notice
It
that.
opened
yeah.
on the red balloon.
I don't.
And
yeah,
then
it
there
is
was the
after 8.
Norman is the dog. And then they were talking about, oh, you've just been reading too much Stephen King.
Yeah, yeah.
How does that make you feel knowing that they reference Stephen King a lot in
It
that
hurts
movie
me.
now?
It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah.
I think Steven would be hurt too.
I think he would find it humorous.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what else to say about this movie.
I mean, was it great? No. Are you going to rewatch it again?
Literally
Probably
never.
not. Would I? Sure.
I will not be home.
That's
for
fine.
that.
It's
So that
not
was
scary.
cool.
I can watch it by myself.
That was cool.
Yes, that was cool.
And now it's time
For the
my
worst movie. Yes. Do share, Scotty. What did you make me watch?
I think the argument that a made-for-TV movie is.
I think both of these movies were bad this week. I think we did a really poor job picking this week.
Okay,
really
I
do.
picked A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original 1984 movie that
and that's
spawned
where
an
we
entire
went wrong.
franchise. One of the big 3 of the slasher movie villains.
Halloween. Mm-hmm. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Uh-huh.
So that's Mike, Freddy, and Jason is in which one?
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
I've never heard anyone call Michael Myers Mike before. I really enjoy that. Hey, Mike, what are you doing over there?
I'm just killing some people.
No,
Hang on.
he never talks. That's the whole thing. You haven't seen Halloween.
I have. I watched it with you.
But
Remember
that's what we're doing next week.
Shh.
That's Friday the 13th, babe.
That's Friday the 13th?
Yeah.
Really?
Anyway,
I guess.
this is the movie written and directed by Wes Craven. It is about a monstrous spirit of a slain janitor seeks revenge by invading the dreams of teenagers whose parents were responsible for his untimely death.
He was a janitor?
Yeah.
I didn't remember hearing that part. Is that why he knew all the kids?
Yeah, he also knew all the kids because he was a child molester and child murderer.
Well, yes, I knew that, but he found the kids because he worked at the school?
Yeah, he's a creepy school janitor.
How did I miss that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
So this movie stars Heather Langenkamp as Nancy Thompson, a actress who will come back to the series 2 more times.
It's unfortunate I will never see her.
And it has Johnny Depp in it. Johnny Depp's first acting role is a guy who gets killed in Nightmare on Elm Street.
And now I think I should share with the audience at this point that I was under the belief that Johnny Depp actually played Freddy.
No.
And that is not correct.
That is not correct.
Johnny Depp is not Freddy Krueger, just so that everybody out there knows. That is not Johnny Depp's first role.
It is not. It is not.
I think I got that confused because he played Edward Scissorhand and they both had the things on the fingers.
Freddy's played by Robert Englund.
Do you think Johnny Depp looked back upon his experience with Freddy Krueger in order to really get into the character of Edward Scissorhand?
Yes.
You do?
No.
Oh.
I do not.
I was going to have a conversation about that, but you just shut it down.
Well I mean,
just shut it down.
Please,
okay, no,
please
continue.
elaborate. No, I want to hear. I
was just going to say, so what did you see in Edward Scissorhand that you actually also saw in the character Freddy Krueger? How are Edward Scissorhand and Freddy Krueger alike, except for the fingers?
Except for the fingers?
Except for those. How are they the same?
They're not.
How do you think that their characters connected?
They don't.
Well, you said that. Fine. I thought we were going to go there and you just don't want to go there. It's fine.
So I guess I picked this movie. I picked this movie because this is one of the big 3. You know, Freddy, Jason, and Michael are the big 3. You and I have seen the original Friday the 13th.
That we have.
Spoilers. I'm going to make you watch Halloween next week for Halloween.
And now everyone knows what I'm going to make you watch too.
No, they don't.
I know.
And then number 3 is Freddy. And Freddy actually came... So, I mean, the history of slasher films. Halloween is like the first. Some people call Psycho a slasher movie. It's not. I mean, if you want to get technical, there was a lot of like underground type horror that could fall into the slasher genre that came out before Halloween. But Halloween is the movie that made it big. After Halloween, which was a very cheaply made movie that exploded, everyone jumped in to copycat this. There's so many different slasher movies, a bunch of like holiday themed slasher movies. There's so many of them. And then there's also Friday the 13th, which was copying from Halloween.
I really liked that one movie that we watched that was a slasher movie that was actually a Christmas movie that you saw at Fantastic Fest. The babysitting movie?
Yeah.
Would you call that a slasher movie?
No.
But they killed a lot of people.
Yeah, that's different. I can't even remember the name of that because they changed the name. It used to be Safe Neighborhood when I saw it, but they changed the name.
It was not Safe Neighborhood. It was something like Watch or maybe, I don't remember. Like, it's not, I think it was something about lights, but it's not something about lights.
It doesn't matter.
I cannot remember, but it was really good. I really liked it.
So,
it just like took a weird turn and then oh my gosh, it was so awesome. We need to figure out what the name is so everyone can watch
Nightmare
it.
on Elm Street.
It's not A Nightmare on Elm Street. The other one that was actually
I know,
good.
I'm trying to talk about it.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
So by the time 1984 rolled around, the slasher genre was a little oversaturated. There were tons of movies. People were starting to lose interest in it. And then A Nightmare on Elm Street came out and it kind of revitalized the genre for people. It is not a copycat. It is a different kind of slasher movie. Obviously, Freddy is a very different kind of guy than Jason and Michael are.
Mike.
And this movie was directed by Wes Craven, who did some pornography before this, and so I think you can kind of tell because his movies are. The original Halloween is actually like pretty. You'll see, but it's like they don't.
Did he do the original Halloween too? Also,
no, that's John Carpenter.
okay, sorry.
He did Last House on the Left before this movie, which was.
So this was not his first.
This was not his first
Okay.
movie, but this is Last House on the Left. Did not get that big. This movie got very big. I mean, the Nightmare on Elm Street series is the most successful of the three. It has grossed the most amount of money of the three series. And this to me, one of the earliest memories I have of watching a horror movie is seeing A Nightmare on Elm Street. Not this movie. The one I didn't even like. I think it's number 4. There's a moment where Freddy turns a girl into a cockroach and then like puts her in like a roach motel, and that's where she dies.
That's gross.
And yeah, it is.
She gets stomped on.
No, she's inside a roach motel. She is poisoned to death in the roach motel. And I just like it's like just an image of this girl. Like I think she's like lifting weights, and he like pushes the weight down, and her arms like break this way, and then like out of the broken arms comes cockroach arms, and then she eventually like
really
slowly
gross.
like where her skin comes, and that's
nasty.
I mean that was Nightmare on Elm Street to me. Nightmare on Elm, like Jason and Freddy are these spooky things where they're just like people like relentlessly following you. Nightmare on Elm Street is crazy dude in your dreams doing weird shit and messing with you. Like it's like, and that's what I really like about this movie is all the kind of weird dream stuff, like the stairs as she's running up the stairs at the very end of the movie where this like she sinks into the stairs. That's like a very dreamlike image. My favorite scene is Nancy in the bathtub when it's the iconic scene when the claw reaches up and then she eventually gets pulled like under, and then like the shot is from the bottom of this giant pool where you can see the little hole of light at the top, which is her bathtub. Just this image of like inside this bathtub there's this whole dream world that like I just love that stuff. The movie, seeing it now, it's a little hokey. I don't know if this is my favorite of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I still think number 3 is a lot of fun. But I don't know, there's something about Freddy that is just so creepy and wonderful, and I just really liked it, and I just wanted to share that. And I mean, he is iconic. Like you'd never seen this movie before, and you knew exactly what he looks like.
I knew exactly what he looked like. I knew he had the things on the fingers. Now I thought that he was played by Johnny Depp, and that was not right. But I at least knew the like striped shirt, and I knew that, and I knew that he was in the dreams. And I think it was really important for me to have not watched this as I was a child, because I was very prone to bad dreams when I was little, and had I seen this, I would have just probably been a mess for I don't know how long.
I had a lot of nightmares about A Nightmare on Elm Street. I had a lot of Freddy Krueger nightmares. And not even specifically Freddy Krueger, but just like in that same realm of like hunting you in your dreams.
Yeah.
And that's what I think the thing that this movie does the best, and the reason why this franchise, even though I think this movie is kind of a mixed bag, but the reason why this franchise has had staying power for so long is because this concept of stay awake or you die is just a brilliant concept. This concept of like everyone needs sleep. You know you're going to have to sleep eventually, but when you do sleep, you're going to die. And I think that's like inherently terrifying.
Well, yes. And then what a horrible thing for parents. Like you take your kid to go see this, you know it's a scary movie, and then you have to deal with the consequences for so long. Parents can't have their kids sleep, because if they do, then that's going to happen and they're going to be just terrified and not be able to sleep. Like horrible movie for parents.
So what did you think of this movie? We've talked about my...
I mean, I did not really like it very much.
Why not?
It was just kind of, I guess how you said it, like hokey. It just, there was not a lot that I latched onto. It just kind of felt like it was looking for that shot, looking for that like thing that made it horror, and not really focusing for me on like as much on either the story or the characters. I don't know. It just, it didn't seem, I'm sure it was connected. It just didn't seem as like as much of an investment to me.
No, I mean,
Like, even with this, I was not scared with this because I was not connected to any of the characters. And it was just like, let's get from one scare point to the next scare point. And there was nothing in between that made me emotionally invested, that really made me scared.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of slashers, though. I mean, that's like, I think the weird thing about slasher movies, I've besides being a kid, I've never really been scared while watching a slasher movie, because the weird thing about slasher movies is you're watching for the kill. You're it's not that you're rooting for the bad guy, but you're waiting to see who he's going to kill next. Especially, like, I don't think the original Halloween is much that. We'll talk about that next week, but definitely Friday the 13th, definitely Nightmare on Elm Street, especially with how creative and messed up the ways in which Freddy kills people going forward into the series. You only saw like a very, very limited sample of how Freddy actually kills people.
Yeah.
It gets really out there, but yeah, I mean, I can see that. That's like I don't go to slashers for like great character building, and just a really solid story. It's not really what you go to those movies for.
And I didn't get that. So I mean, it was just, I don't know. I did say to you before, like, if I have nightmares, I'm blaming you, and I'm gonna be really upset, and I didn't. Now, I was kind of freaked out because I just was sleeping really light last night, and then you came in afterwards and you were like trying to be so sweet, and I guess you kissed my like head or something, and I just woke up and you were right in my face, and that was like really creepy.
No, I was bending in to kiss your forehead,
and then I woke up and I was like, whoo!
And yeah, like just as I bent in, like I'm like a centimeter from your face, you opened your eyes.
It was real weird. My body, I guess, was just heightened. I don't know.
Freddy's gonna get you.
No, but anyways, I mean,
1, 2,
whatever.
Freddy's coming for you.
Do I really want to watch another one? No. Because I was scared? No. Because I didn't like really the characters.
I think Dream Warriors is one where basically they decide they need to go in and hunt Freddy. It's kind of a lot more fun.
Yeah.
But I think this is the only one that Wes Craven was involved in, except for he made a movie called New Nightmare in 1994, which is kind of his like proto Scream, because he also made Scream.
Yeah. I liked Scream. That was a good one.
But New Nightmare is like Scream, very meta. Like in New Nightmare, the star of New Nightmare is Heather Langenkamp, who is played Nancy in this movie. But in New Nightmare, the main character is Heather Langenkamp, who had made A Nightmare on Elm Street. And so they're making a new Nightmare on Elm Street movie, and then Freddy comes into the real world and tries to kill her, the actress who played Nancy. And it's like a meta commentary on slasher movies, which like kind of his testing ground for how that would work out. And then he made Scream, which was like exploring that not just in the Nightmare on Elm Street realm, but in the genre as a whole.
Yeah,
and of course, completely revitalized the genre. Scream saved the genre. So that's Wes. Like, I love Wes Craven. I wrote a whole piece about him.
I know
when he died a couple years ago, because I was really,
you were really affected by that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, I think he's a fantastic, fascinating filmmaker. And I wanted to show you this, and I get,
thank you.
like, I get why you didn't like. I like gross out weird stuff.
Yeah,
and
I know you do.
I know you don't, so I didn't
I
expect
don't.
you to love this, but I appreciated you sitting down and watching it.
Well, I am glad.
Even though you had that look on your face right now, like during the whole movie.
Like what?
Like just like what is this look?
Like, ugh, what are you making me do?
Look,
like that sort of
all
thing?
I know is that Freddy's coming for you.
No, Freddy's not coming for me.
Is.
No, he's not.
Don't sleep. My favorite part of the movie, though, is when the mom finally has enough with her daughter refusing to sleep. And she picks up all the 3 coffee mugs and the coffee thing and takes it out of her room.
Ugh.
Takes all the coffee
Heaven
away.
forbid a child drink coffee.
And then the kid wakes up, or she's pretending to sleep. She wakes up and then like pulls another coffee maker out of under her bed.
Yeah. Anyways, children should drink coffee too.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
She stayed
Don't
up.
give a
She
kid
stayed up for a
coffee.
week, Elyse.
It's a long time.
And then she said, Dad, I'm going to pull him out. Just be here when I come back.
And then the
he
dad
wasn't.
didn't listen. And had he listened, he would have had his wife. So maybe he really just didn't like his wife.
That's probably it.
It's probably true.
Yeah.
I know. So, Scott, you've already told me, though, what you're going to make me watch next week. So there's no mystery left in that.
Well, next week, I mean, is our last episode before Halloween. So
Yeah.
I figured to cap off Spook-tober, I'll just make you watch Halloween,
I guess
which is
that's
a movie,
fine.
one of my favorite horror films.
Okay.
I really love Halloween. I'm interested to see what you I hope you like it. It's very different from this. It's not the same thing at all.
Okay. I'll give it a go. I will try it just for you. But, Scott, I've got a good one for you, too.
Guys, she's got a
And
smirk
you know
on her
what?
face.
You know what? I am not picking Hocus Pocus.
Everyone
And
thought
people
you were
think
going
that
to
I'm
do
going to
that.
pick Hocus Pocus because I have no variety in my Halloween movies. But, Double Toil and Trouble, classic. And you know what else is a classic? You know, huge dreamboat in my childhood, Devon Sawa. You know what Halloween movie he was in? You know, don't you?
Just say it.
With Christina Ricci.
Just say
And
it.
this is Bill Pullman's finest performance in Casper. We are watching Casper, the friendliest ghost we know, guys.
Oh, boy.
The Bill Pullman, Christina Ricci, yes, Devon Sawa, Casper.
Hooray.
Get excited, guys. I think that you've seen this before, but
I
we
have.
have to rewatch it.
Hooray.
I think that all the
So
other
we're
ones
gonna-
you've seen before, so
We're
we
gonna-
just got to pick a good one. So we're watching Casper.
We're watching Casper. Where is Casper available? Do you
I don't know. I didn't even look. Probably Amazon Prime. That seems to
Probably.
be where most things are
Yeah.
available. There, I have seen it also at Target as of late because you know they have their Halloween movies that are available, and so we will definitely look for it at Target so that we could possibly just own it forever.
It is on Amazon
It
for
is.
rent.
You may rent it on Amazon so that you can watch this with us and then see how wonderful Devon Sawa is and how cute little Christina Ricci is.
All right. And Halloween is also on Amazon.
But you don't really need to watch that. It's okay. You can just watch my movie. That's fine.
It's also on Shudder if you have a Shudder subscription.
I don't think anyone has a Shudder subscription.
A lot of people have. I wish I had
No.
a Shudder subscription.
No. Who uses Shudder?
So next
No one.
week I'm going to tell you all about the Halloween timeline, which is the most confusing timeline in the history of the
And you
world,
know what?
to prepare you for the new Halloween movie that also comes out next Friday that I'm definitely going to go make you see.
You know what? I'm not going to stop singing the entire podcast.
What?
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. And just that song over and over again.
Now we're
Maybe
gonna
just
get,
like those lines.
now
over
we're going to
and over
get
again.
copyright flagged. Thanks, Elyse.
You're welcome. Anything for you, babe.
All right, that is all we have time for this week. A short and sweet episode because
Is it really short and sweet?
it's 45 minutes.
You know what? Just get yourself on a bike, get yourself on a treadmill, play the episode again.
Yeah,
And it's
they've already
45 minutes.
They've already listened to the episode at this point.
Good job if you did that.
If you like this podcast, you can check it and all the other shows we do over at doofmedia.com. And you can also consider donating to our Patreon account.
Patreon.
That's patreon.com/doofmedia. Elyse, we're $8 away from your random,
$8 away.
if we get to $700, you'll stream yourself playing video games.
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Got to get myself a channel.
Yeah, so only $8. We already have the channel, babe. We made the channel.
Got to get myself a t-shirt.
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 All right, guys.
With my face on
We'll be
it.
back next week to conclude some scary movies. And then after that, we'll move on to some non-scary movies, which I think you are very much looking forward to.
Yes, but I don't really know what theme we're going to do.
We'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Yes, you will.
Everybody, you guys have a good week. Elyse,
Yes,
I love you.
I love you too.
See you next week.
Okay.
Okay.